What's up, family? This is Juan J. Johnson coming at you from Real Talk, Midday Thought. Been absent, been dealing with the normal. It's good to be back. If you want to reach me, just go to juanjohn29 at gmail.com. You want to send any size donation, you can go to gofundme.com/real-talk-tji-fun. Just want to come at you live, direct. Like I said, I've been missing because I've been participating in what we call normal behavior. And I just wanted to share some thoughts about normal behavior, because what's really considered normal behavior is really abnormal behavior. Case in point, everybody believe in this mindset that you got to have a 9 to 5. You must have a 11 to 7. You must have a 3 to 11. So those are considered normal work schedules, normal work weeks. 24 hours in a day you have to work. But in the same token, you do all this normal work, your 3 to 11s, your 11 to 7s, your 9 to 5s, and you're unable to see your family. You're unable to make your ends meet, but that's normal. And then you have your critics out here who swear by these normal practices. I mean, they swear by them to the point where if you're not operating in a normal mindset, something's wrong with you. But then we have politicians who don't work by these standards. Hell, they off maybe 4 or 5 months out the year. Most elected officials may do 3 months of work and get paid 6 figures. Then you have your vice presidents, your presidents, your CEOs. They don't put in these type of normal hours, but yet they expect their labor to function in those type of normal capacities. Family, when you're living in the WMD society, you must question everything that appears to be normal. Because in reality, the normal is the crazy. And the crazy actually is normal. I dare say this, if you were to just step out of Western thought, Western speech, Western behavior, and just travel abroad, you'll see that they don't function, other cultures don't function like Western society. They just don't. They don't. It is, let me go on record. It is not normal to have a 9 to 5, to have a 11 to 7, to have a 3 to 11, which takes you away from your family. That ain't normal. You say what you want. Yeah, we all want to get our hustle on. We all want to work. But that's not normal. I think we all should be able to work 4 or 5 hours out the day. Make the money to provide for our families, see our families, make our bills. To have to hold down 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet, it ain't normal. Again, your Mark Cubans ain't working no 9 hours, 8 hours a day. Your Bill Gates ain't working no 9, 10 hours a day. Your elected officials, they're not working no 9, 10 hours a day. They may put in 2 or 3 hours. As a matter of fact, think about this. How can men that are worth $5 billion, worth more than 6 or 7 gross national products in other countries. Think about that. We got men that's worth $35, $40 million. They're worth more than countries. They're worth more than countries. You got 1 man, 2 men, 3 men worth more than countries. They're not doing 9 to 5s. They're not doing 11 to 7s. They're not doing 3 to 11s. The only ones that's doing that are people who are trying to legitimize this as normal behavior. I'm telling you right now, it ain't normal. Anytime you can't be with your family, with your community, with your friends, and you got to hold down 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet, and they cutting back jobs, they cutting back programs, they not creating jobs, and we still trying to find our hustle, trying to do our grind, and we still trying to say this shit is normal. It ain't normal. You cannot convince me that I got to hold down 3 jobs, 2 jobs, never see my family, eating unhealthy, trying to pay the bills, and you call it normal. And guys who are CEOs and presidents, bankers, I'm talking about bankers who owns the banks. They may do 2 or 3 hours, and before you know it, they're on the golf course. They're flying around the world. They're going to Milan. They're going to Spain. They're going to Barcelona. They're going to Canada. They're going to Africa. They're on safari trips. But will convince you that normal is an 8-hour or a 9-hour job. It ain't normal. It ain't normal. I'm telling you, in a white male dominant culture, normal is crazy. To think like this, that's normal. Because you cannot convince me, you just can't convince me that you don't want to see your family, that you don't want to spend more time with your family, that you're not making a month enough to feed your family. 1 job should be sufficient to take care of your family, to see your family, to interact with your community. And if you can't, it ain't normal. It ain't normal. So again, I say in a WMD culture, you must question everything. And I'm telling you right now, as a brother who did his little 20 years with law enforcement, who even the ones who retire, unless you had a plan of action, you got to get you another job or some little hustle, because your bills are still the same. That ain't normal. It's not. It's not. There is no riding off into the sunset, you know what I'm saying, enjoying your retirements or enjoying your life, because the cost of living is going up, you know, and taxes are going up, you know, and all that you worked for, all that you bought, if you can't get another job to sustain it, guess what? You're going to lose it. It ain't normal. It's not normal. It's not. And I'm telling you right now, I'm questioning everything in this WMD culture. And I think my white brother needs to question some things too. Because at the end of the day, this culture has us believing that a 40-hour work week is normal. And if you don't do 40 hours, something's wrong with you. No, something wrong with your crazy ass. You go to different parts of the world and see that people are coexisting. They have communities, they have families, they work together, they're not scattered, they're not fragmented, and they live in peace, and they're civilized. And ain't nobody talking about no damn 40-hour work week. This is all European, all WMD craziness. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look, some people may feel they need to work 40 hours a week. They need to work 8 hours a day to feel like, you know, they've accomplished some things. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like, look, I think for real, do I have any witnesses? Just give me 4 hours. I should be able to work 5 hours a day, make enough money to pay for my cars, to pay on my house, to pay for my food. That's normal to me. Not no, what, 8 hours minimum wage, if that much. I mean, think about it, family. We are living in a culture or in a society that doesn't even keep up with the cost of living. And we trying to make ends meet, and the society is basically saying we're going to have to lower the wages. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm telling you. This is crazy. So if you guys still keep believing and thinking that, somehow an 8-hour job, a 10-hour job is normal, that keeps you away from your family, that keeps you stressed out, that keeps you high blood pressure, diabetes, all types of ailments, and that's normal. Nah, Joe, something wrong with you. You don't fell for the banana in the tailpipe. It ain't normal. I'm telling you, family. Look here. Let me say this. I've been absent from social media, trying to do this normal. It's not normal. It's not. I've been absent for at least about going on 2 weeks, trying to do normal. Little 8. It's not normal. It's not. So, again, I say question everything. Question everything. Why do you have to work 8 hours a week or 40 hours a week and still not have enough money to provide for yourself and your children? It's not about you mismanaging or mishandling your money. They're not keeping up with the cost of living. The taxes on these houses in D.C., Maryland, PG, they are crazy. Crazy. They're not giving out raises. So, family, look, I'm begging you. Please, reconsider what normal is. Again, people are graduating. This is that graduation season, and we done told our children. We've told them from the time they can remember in elementary school, high school, go to school, get a good education, get a degree, and a job will be waiting for you. And guess what? That's not happening. Our children are going to school, they're getting degrees, and guess what? There's no jobs. So what you do? What do you tell your child now? They done did everything you said. Mom, Dad, I went to school. I kept the grades up. I got a degree. I got the master's. I got the BA. I got the PhD. But they won't hire me. What do you do? What do you say? What do you tell your child? Damn, my bad, my fault. You done lied to your child. Number one, because we ain't creating jobs. Whether it's African Americans or American Africans, Europeans, whites, white male culture is outsourcing jobs. They're not keeping up. They're not creating jobs. So now we have we have children in our houses right now who've gone to college, got the degrees, and cannot find jobs. And you get mad at them because they feel a sense of entitlement by saying, I'm not taking no job, Lord, that I went to school for. Well, they got that from you. They got that from you. I probably wouldn't take a job, Lord, than what I got a degree for. What's up, Ray Grant, the dollar man, when I asked what surprised him most about the man, he answered, man, because he sacrificed his health in order to make money. Then he sacrificed money to corporate. Bruh, Ray, let me read this again. Take my glasses off. That Dalai Lama, he did say that. When asked what surprised him most about humanity, answered, man, because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to get his health back. Let me tell you something. It's amazing how we make all this money, allegedly. We make enough to stay sick. Then we put the time in. And then we have to use that same money to stay healthy enough to spend the money. I know folks right now. I know folks right this very minute. They are not healthy after working all these years. And they die 4 or 5 years after they retire because they ain't healthy. Who wants to die after they retire? Who wants to put in 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years of a job, and then you dead within 2 years? But that's normal? You done lost your damn mind. That ain't normal. It's not normal. It's not. I'm telling you, family, we need to question everything. Everything in the WMD culture needs to be questioned. I am not, again, I don't plan on dying no time soon. I just don't. And I plan on taking care of myself. I'll be 50 next year. 50 next year. I'm a young old head. Don't look it. Starting early. I started early, taking care of myself. But for all those who are working like Hebrew slaves, working like plantation slaves, you need to check yourself. You need to find out, you know what, is it even worth it? Why make all this allegedly good money and you sick? Why make all this allegedly good money and you can't even see your children? Doesn't make sense to me. You got to keep 2 or 3 jobs just to pay the bills, and we don't even question these elected officials because we think this is normal. It ain't normal, man. It's not normal. I don't care what nobody says. You can't convince me that I need to work 9 hours, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and we got billionaires who don't even put that type of time in. Your average owner of an NFL stadium don't put that type of time in. Your owners of the baseball stadiums don't put that time in. Your owners of iTechs don't put that time in. But you're going to convince me that I need to work 40 hours a week and make crumbs, and you go on and travel the world, you going on safari rides, killing animals, and you living life like it's golden? Man, nah. I'm telling you, we got to question everything in this WMD culture because we are dying. We're not even able to enjoy the fruits of our labor because somebody convinced us you ain't no man unless you're doing 8 hours a day, unless you slaving. What? The definition of a man is to protect his culture, to protect his woman, protect his children, and everything after that, hey, it just falls in place. It says nothing about working. Nothing about working. It's protecting your culture. It's protecting your woman. It's protecting your children. Okay? And trust me, if you're doing all those things, that's work. That's work. Trust me. But all this stuff we're doing right now, we need to check this thing. We need to reevaluate this work piece. Because again, like I said, I don't like it. I ain't never liked it. If I ain't doing my own thing, it's different if you're doing something you love to do. Because if you're doing something you love, it ain't work. You doing something you love to do, that ain't work. But when you got to raise up and punch somebody else's clock and be at their mercy, you know, they can fire you and hire you. They don't like you, write you up, keep you all stressed out. And then you get all the bad health. And then you can't afford health care. That is not normal. You can't convince me. Can't convince me. So look here, that's my midday thought. Question everything, family. Question everything in this WMD culture. And you know, don't settle for this 8 hours is normal. It's not normal. Let me tell you what's normal. What's normal is this. You chasing your heart. You find out who you are. You find out what you're good at. What you was birthed to do, and you doing that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not just giving all your gifts to a company or organization that don't appreciate you. You look. If I'm good at something, if I'm real good at something, you need to incorporate yourself. You need to be a consultant. Have them come to you. You can't be afraid to market yourself. Okay? Because at the end of the day, most of these companies out here see you as replaceable. You are an interchangeable part. That's all you are. That's why they may squawk if you fire back at them, but they know they got hundreds of applications and they ready to replace your ass. It may be challenging, it may be difficult in the end, but they will replace you. And they'll take a loss. They'll take a hit initially, but they know it's somebody else going to come back in there and fill your void. So again, family, look here. This new normal is not no 8-hour days. Again, unless you're doing your own thing. And like I said, if I'm doing my own thing, I could put in 16 hours. Because I'm the boss. But I'd be damn if I want to keep doing 8 hours and 16 for some folks who don't even appreciate you. That ain't normal. That's not normal. So that's my midday rant for today. Again, I've been I've been off social trying to do a normal. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what my normal is? Information. Informing folks. Staying on top of these issues. I mean, I don't even know what's going on these days. I'm being honest with you, because you can't know what's really going on if you got a 9 to 5, or a 3 to an 11, or 11 to 7. How you know what's going on? You know what they tell you what's going on. And I don't do no television. So most people are programmed. I ain't programmed. I look for information. I don't look to be programmed. I look for information. So again, family, I say to you, you guys stay encouraged. Resist this normal, which is really crazy, which is really backwards. Normal is the new backwards. It's backwards. You can't convince me that you're going forward. And like I said, I'm gonna get back with you when I get a chance to. Hit me with something on my little inbox when we say something. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get back to you on social media, but it is a challenge in this crazy normal capacity that I'm in, because it's not normal, family. It's just not. We've been lied to. We've been duped, and I'm blaming these preachers too. I gotta blame these imams and preachers, because they are the talking heads, the talking piece for the system of white male domination. They done convinced you that, how are you gonna tell us, how do a system of white male domination tell you when to work, when most of them who had all these fields was out there just managing the slaves? They wasn't working. What do you think about that? Our definitions come from people or a system that managed sun up to sundown, that gave you a Saturday or Sunday off. Think about that. There ain't no scripture for that. There ain't no scripture for that. No, it's not in no Bible, no Quran. That comes straight out of the white supremacist man book. You work him from sun up to sundown. Okay? You give him 1 day off. Not really 2. It was really 1 day off. He was off really on a Sunday. Okay? You worked 40 hours or longer. Okay? That ain't normal. That's straight out of slavery. That's textbook plantation 101. Think about it. Think about it. They got the whole nation. They have the whole workforce on a plantation mentality. They got Asians. They got Latinos. They got African Americans. They even got the white boys on a plantation mentality, mindset, where you work from sun up to sundown, and you get 2 days off, 1 day off, and you can't even take care of your own family. You need what, 2 or 3 incomes just to survive. That ain't normal, man. That's not normal. Again, question everything in the WMD culture, because the only way things are going to change if we have critical thinking, not programming, but critical thinking. And as Ray pointed out so eloquently what the Dalai Lama said, I'm going to read it again. When asked what surprised him most about humanity, answered, man, because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. I'm going to say it again. He sacrificed his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. It's not normal. Again, family, I gotta get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit share. Go to the YouTube. Subscribe, because I need 1,000 subscribers before I can go live on YouTube. Because I know I'm saying some things that other folks are thinking, and we have to have our own venues, to have our own voices, our own thoughts, our own issues, because we don't have that. And if you have missed me the last 2 weeks, it's because I've been trying to operate in this normal, and it's not working for me. It's just not. So that's why I say you need to go to GoFundMe.com/real-talk-TJI and send a donation. No, a donation. See, we got DONATION, donation. Somebody say dough. Dough is spelled DOE. See, you got to question everything in this. You got to question everything. It's a donation. Okay? Again, thank you, family. Remember what real talk is. It's real talk, real issues, real solutions. And it's not how much you know. It's how much you care. Stay strong. Share. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.